Hi, this is Ryan with Forecast Consoles, and today we're going to install one of our clear partitions. We're going to be installing that on a Master Vision console because it's what we have set up here in our demo room right now, but it will be basically the same for all of our product lines. The exception to that is our freestanding and rolling partitions, as well as our universal clamping bracket, which we'll go over in separate videos. So let's get started. You're going to need a 13mm deep socket, and you're going to need an adjustable Allen key set, specifically 4mm and 5mm. You're going to receive 4 set screws, 4 spring nuts, 2 T-bolts, 2 45-degree brackets, 4 rubber clips, 2 clamps, a piece of vertical extrusion, and our panel. The first thing we're going to do is install our vertical extrusion. We're going to take our 45-degree bracket, we're going to take our 5mm bolt, we're going to pass it through. We're going to pre-thread on our spring clip. After that, we're going to take our spring clip and we're going to use our finger to pinch it back. And then we're going to take it and we're going to slot it into the end grain of the extrusion. Once it's in, we'll slide it past. And then we're going to pull the clip back so that it's flush with the back of the extrusion. Once it's flush with the back of the extrusion, we can take our 5mm Allen key and just tighten it down. And you can give it a good crank. Once that's installed, we simply flip it to the other side, do our second one, and we're ready to install our vertical. We're going to take our T-bolts, we're going to pass them through one side and then through the other side. And then we're going to drop it into our extrusion just like that. And then we're going to line it up, aligned with our turrets, and we're going to turn both of our T-bolts by hand so that this demarc line is facing perpendicular to the extrusion. Once they're in and hand tight, you take your 13mm socket and just tighten them down. You can go ahead and crank on those, you're not going to hurt anything. Now we can move on to setting up our clip hardware. What you're going to do is you're going to disassemble them. Again, it's a 4mm Allen key. We're just going to take that. We're going to take out 4 screws. And the clip's going to come apart into 2 pieces. One piece has this bottom, and that's what we're going to attach first to the vertical. And then this piece is going to close over the top. Before we can do that, we actually want to push in our rubber gaskets. So push those in. So those are what's actually holding the panel. Then, again, just like we did with the vertical, we're going to take our 5mm, we're going to pass it through, and we're going to pre-thread on our spring nut. And then you just do that for both clips, and then you're ready to install your clips. We're going to start with the bottom one. Press our spring nut, slide them down. We're going to go about 3/4 of the way down the vertical using our 5mm Allen key, and you want to make sure that your clip is installed parallel to the extrusion and roughly centered. Crank that down. Install your upper clip at the very top, and again we're just making sure that it's parallel to the extrusion. Tighten it down. Now we're ready to install our panel. You're going to get a gasket, and this gasket is going to go on the underside of this countertop, and this is going to prevent your countertop from getting scratched or damaged, and it also creates a bit of a coefficient of friction so that the panel is less likely to move when someone bumps into it. Now your panel will come covered in a protective coating. So we're going to start by peeling off the very back edge of it to expose the area of the clips. You don't want to peel it all at once. You just want to peel the area you're going to work on with the clips. And then once those are installed, you can peel it the rest of the way. We're going to take our panel and we're going to set it down on our countertop using our rubber edge as protection. Drop it on our countertop, pull it back into the clips, and make sure we have a good fit. Look down at it straight, and we'll take our upper clip, put that on first. We're going to take the same screws that we took out earlier, and we're just going to hand tighten those. Once those are hand tight, the panel isn't going anywhere. We can take our lower clip, and again, same thing, hand tighten. Just want to start with a hand thread so you don't cross thread any of the screws when you're tightening down with the Allen key. Then we're going to take our Allen key, 4mm, and tighten them down the rest of the way. And you don't really have to crank on these, you just want to make sure they're snug. The rubber gaskets are going to take up most of the strength. Now our panel's installed. This has been another tutorial from Forecast Consoles. I'm Ryan. Thanks for building this panel with me. If you have any questions about the assembly process or any of our assembly processes, or just questions in general, feel free to reach us at 631-253-9000. Or you can visit us on the web at forecastconsoles.com. Also check out our YouTube page. We have tons of other assembly guides, product demos, as well as videos where we walk through our customers' facilities and projects we've done. So you can get some inspiration for your next project. And as always, if there's anything we can do to help, let us know. See you in the next one.